Welcome back to the LEC 2025 Summer Finals weekend. It is day 2. We're live from the Calle Mágica in Madrid, Spain, where we see there's all kinds of cool stuff going on around the arena. If you're a little bit early, you can have a little dance. You can look at all the amazing cosplayers. You can probably get some free stuff as well, and maybe you'll get to be able to take a photo with one of us. Who knows? Especially with Finn, or with Odoamne, or with Noah. My name is Shax, and welcome to the desk. Noah, your first time. No, welcome back on our desk, I think, right?
No, it's
I was on yours.
You were on mine. Yeah, that's true. But this is the first time.
That's a little switching lanes.
It is.
Switching lanes?
Yeah, so who's better, the LVP crew or the LEC crew?
I mean, your guys are chiller than mine. Definitely.
Yeah, okay,
Easier
nice
to control.
I see. Finn, also welcome, your first day.
Thank you. I'm so excited to join this amazing arena. I think we have so many exciting games to look forward to.
It's going to be crazy today because Noah, yesterday was already a little bit loco, right? Did you expect Fnatic to play that well?
I mean, I expect them to win or to have some possibilities to win, but they played amazingly. That was certainly not expected. I expected some more tight games, maybe some more crazy games, longer games, but Fnatic was absolutely stunning yesterday. They didn't even seem Fnatic.
And even though they played amazingly well, the person who I expected the least to play well, that's not Flame, but Oscar.
Be aware what you're saying.
Oscar stepped up because I was looking at Upset and at the bot lane to do amazingly, but Oscar, like, my man, what did this man eat?
Now, he was living La Vida Loco, as Medic said. He completely popped off yesterday. I don't think anyone expected him to just dumpster Kana like that. I think he was really just taking over the games.
Not in the least Kana, probably. And we had, of course, the Spanish brethren in the top lane. But Noah, I know you've known Oscar for such a long time. It must have been magical to see that transpire on stage.
I've been gassing that guy since he was 15 years old, and it's not even a joke. Look at that.
So
he was
cute.
just so young. Like, there's a bit of irony of him playing in G2 Arctic and now in Fnatic, but okay, we take that one. And that was the kind of performance that we all knew in Spain he could pull off. I'm just so happy that he managed to do that in probably the most important series on this career so far.
And what was the most impressive thing is that we doubted them for so much this whole year, and to make it happen in front of such a huge crowd, as Vedi said yesterday, is the vibes. And look at this beautiful man. That's exactly how he looks IRL.
That's what
happens when you go to Madrid, Spain. You end up looking like that.
It's crazy, but it's really insane because we talk so much about the crowd buff and about especially playing in your home country and how inquantifiable it is. Well, it was quantifiable yesterday. I saw exactly the effect that the crowd had on Oscarinin, especially because it was up and down, right, in the season. That's why we didn't expect it.
Yeah, and I think the beauty of it is that when you go to your local arena, you really want to present your best self. That inner motivation to just show yourself at your peak. Yeah. The way you're pushing yourself is just what the result of what we're seeing now. I feel like both Oscar and Razork, someone that got a little bit under-highlighted yesterday, in my opinion, had an amazing series. Razork was just on fleek, adapting to the game states all the time, and just really just propelling the game forward in such a great pace.
He is amazing, and I'm glad you talked about the jungler because let's get into Movistar KOI a little bit. And where to start better than with Elyoya, Noah? What a career he's had, and what a kind of arc in terms of his personal achievements.
I mean, I've also been gassing Elyoya since he was in the Tier 3 in Spain as well, but his passing through Super League was just so brief. He came just for 2 splits and he went up to the LEC just so fast. But what is so sad is that we couldn't... Oh my god! Oh my god, that's so sweet, that's so sweet. The fact is that we could never in Spain have him playing finals in front of the crowd, and that's so sad. This is so exciting to have him here playing in front of the Spanish crowd, a best-of-5 series. We had him on the road trip, of course, but it was just a best-of-3. This is him playing for finals.
Yeah, it's true. Like, coming up in the pandemic, it was completely different, but Noah, I mean, we're sure that he can perform on a big stage, right?
I mean, definitely. He's the kind of player that plays better in front of a big crowd. I mean, that's the kind of player he is. He gets more excited, he gets more on point, he's better, he enjoys the crowd cheering for him, and you can tell.
Odoamne, tell me a little bit about his career trajectory and how impressive it actually is to do what he did.
Well, it did start with me. I was on the receiving end of my first ever reverse sweep loss, and it started with him. And what was more impressive is that he came as a rookie and took the league by storm, because it's really difficult to make such a long run because it's easy to come into the league, win your first split, not have that longevity. But he's been going for such a long time, and his accolades keep ramping up more and more and more.
What I find the most impressive about Elyoya is that usually when you see rookies come in, you see them kind of be a little bit scared. They talk to their teammates, look for approval of plays they want to make. Elyoya always striked me as the guy that came in, knew exactly how he wanted to play, and told his team, this is how I want to play. I want you guys to support me. Look at all these accolades from 2021, constant Worlds appearances, now again in 2025, looking for that trophy once again.
And it's the sign of greatness because it's really easy to win one time. It could be luck, you know, maybe for me it was luck, but to make it so many times, that's legacy right there.
It is, and I think we know what an icon he is in Europe, but I feel like for someone of his stature, right, what he really wants is to lift the trophy here. What he really wants, Noah, is to go to Worlds and just show what they are all capable of. And I feel like those are still things that have eluded his grasp.
I mean, definitely it's going to be something different for him to play in here, the opportunity to lift the trophy in here. But there are so many different players who want to do that. So Spanish players, I think this is the very first event with so many Spanish players competing in playoffs for finals. That makes them so special for us Spanish fans who have been looking and following for those players' careers so long. For Elyoya, though, I mean, he's going to be unbelievable today. Razor hyped the matchup yesterday a little bit in the interview, so I'm looking forward to see how it goes today.
Yeah, let's see. Indeed, I love that mention. Of course, it's because of the ecosystem here in Spain and the work that you and so many do that this is what we're seeing, that crop of Spanish players. So let's talk about the jungle matchup a little bit. What's your gut telling you, Finn?
What's my gut telling me? I just see two junglers that work in great... Oh my god, look at those pictures, by the way. I think they're representing some kind of team in the East, maybe one of the most accomplished teams ever. Yeah. But yeah, think about the jungle matchup. I see two junglers that just do their best work to really facilitate their teammates. These are two junglers that just push their laners forward and try to make them be their best version of themselves.
And if you think about it, all the way before, Razor started his career before Elyoya, he was hailed as the best Spanish jungler, and you know, one of the big prodigies of the LEC. And then Elyoya comes and achieves everything that Razor was setting himself up, and now there's been different career trajectories. Razor has been maybe questionable this year, but at the same time, it all leads to this. With the performance from yesterday, I'm extremely excited for today's jungle matchup.
Yeah, me too. It's for both of them, really. This mountain, I'm sorry to constantly make the reference, but that is it. To climb that in terms of getting to that final tomorrow, lifting that biggest trophy on this stage, it's almost poetic. And I think the crowd yesterday, Noah, they were extremely loud for Fnatic, and they only have 2 Spanish players. Well, today there's 4.
Yeah, that's what I told Razor yesterday. Like, the crowd was cheering for you yesterday, but maybe tomorrow it's not going to be the same. Like, Movistar KOI fans are really loud, and they are cheering for their guys. They want another trophy, not just for Elyoya, but also for the rest of the team.
And speaking of Elyoya, I know that Laura was able to chat with him and is now standing by with the jungler in our Marriott Bonvoy pre-game check-in.
Elyoya, thank you so much for joining me ahead of today. Dia Grande, if I can say it. But what is the mood today? Are you stressed? Are you excited? Do you feel the tension already, even if the stands are empty right now?
For sure, I mean, the stress and the tension is always there, and even more when you're playing in front of a crowd. So for sure, but I would say the biggest is we are all really enthusiastic about today. We are all really motivated. Like, we really get really few chances of playing in front of a big stage, and even less playing in front of our home crowd. So today is just like a dream, more or less.
How do you actually make sure, with the experience you have, that you don't get carried away with the excitement, the nerves on stage, the crowd being too loud maybe, and especially for the younger players you have with you?
I mean, we all have our abilities to refocus in game or to remember what's important for today, but I think we all grow in front of the crowd, so yeah, I'm not too scared for that. I know my team is going to perform pretty well in front of the crowd, so yeah.
Any thoughts on Fnatic? They performed super well yesterday, especially the 2 Spanish players on the top side of the map. What did you think of them and what they did?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy that they overperformed yesterday. I think they shown really great performances, so I know today is for sure going to be a banger of a series, which is what I care for. And I also know we are going to come out on top, so that's important.
Something that was surprising with Fnatic is the fact that usually they're a team that tends to play for bot side, but I feel like a lot of attention was on Oscar yesterday. Is that something you expected? Is that something that you've been working around?
I didn't really expect it. I think it came something as of because Oscar was performing really well yesterday, so they adapted in the middle of the series to playing for that. I do believe today won't happen the same. I think today they will try to just salvage every lane because I trust my team in this.
Something that we said yesterday with Fnatic players is that they had the crowd yesterday. I do not believe that it's going to be the same story for them today. Do you agree, Elyoya?
I mean, I know they are not going to have the crowd today. I mean, I know that, yeah, today the crowd is in our side, so for sure they will feel the pressure.
Any words you want to share to your fans and to the arena ahead of the series?
Yeah,
In English or in Espanol?
Just make this stage yours, haced vuestro estadio vuestro, gritad todo lo que podáis y queremos escucharos, así que gracias por el apoyo.
Elyoya, gracias por la entrevista. Thank you so much. Best of luck today.
Thank you.
Amazing. I just caught that he said, like, yeah, they overperformed yesterday for Resort and for Oscar. Jack, as we welcome you to the desk. That was a cheeky little...
Yeah,
you know,
little jab there.
Yeah.
I mean, I can agree, though. I mean, it was very out of the blue. Oscar just took over, and it was like...
Nobody expected that, honestly.
Okay, but at the same time, you have to cut that momentum from them because you're kind of coping saying that it's overperformance because you're having a weekend, 3 days of games, and it feels like every time you walk up to these events and you play well on the first day, it usually extends throughout the whole weekend.
You speaking from experience?
Oh yeah, I mean in Malmo last time when we did it, because you also came from losers bracket,
Yeah?
I strongly believe that if we didn't play on the first day of the weekend, we would have easily lost 3-0 in the
A
finals.
very important insight. Now, in terms of spicing things up a little, Finn and Jack will also be on the grand finals tomorrow. So how about a little bet? Okay, so basically you can choose who you think is going to win today, and the loser has to dance the Macarena on the mountain.
A bet.
Yes.
That's an easy bet to make. I think the winner of this game is going to be the team that wants it more. And I think there's no doubt in my mind that KOI wants it so much. I think individual prowess, sure. Team progress, sure. But the team that wants it more will win today. And I think it's going to be an easy KOI win.
Bro, if we're talking hungry, the previous champions, they're already sated. Fnatic have gone winless for so long now, losing to G2 repeatedly. But tell you what, Shucks, I'm conflicted because I believed in Fnatic and they've disappointed me time and time again. But it feels like it's when I don't believe, that's when they bring it home. So Fnatic is going to win because I think KOI is going to win. So Fnatic is taking it.
Okay, I can follow you, I guess. We'll see who dances the Macarena tomorrow in the pre-show. But let's talk a little bit more about Movistar KOI because obviously we saw Fnatic yesterday. We have a lot of tape. Movistar KOI have been lying in wait. Now, the last time we were in Madrid for the road trip, they were amazing. They made it their own, Odoamne, so they're very used to playing in front of this crowd.
Yeah, definitely, because having this previous experience and witnessing firsthand how much of an impact the Spanish crowd can have on them, because even walking into that into Madrid last time, they weren't really on the hottest of terms when it came to their performance because they were fresh from MSI. But now I really feel like this is the time. They got the prelude of what's going to be happening, and they're going to deliver today.
If we're talking potential, look, I mean, both of these teams are going to be playing at their peaks.
That's a dangerous word. It's been banned for a while.
Hey, both of these teams are going to be playing at their peaks. They're in front of the crowd. They're all hyped up. They're all locked in. And if there's one team that has potential, it's Fnatic.
He's doing it again, guys. I mean, they're literally on the peak of a mountain. But we talked about the Kings of Madrid. I remember the last time these two teams played in a best-of-5 in our upper playoffs.
Best of 3? Oh,
best
yeah.
of 5.
Yeah.
They went to 5 games, but KOI was advantageous. And I remember some really strong performances from Mirwin, from Elyoya, kind of shutting down Oscar. So I'm kind of looking forward to that.
See the vibe. I thought of the best of 3. We're going to mention that they played in Madrid.
That as well.
At the road trip, because Jack, we were there. Fnatic versus KOI. If people don't remember, let's take a look at what happened.
Burn is up soon. Burn is up soon.
Yeah, I mean, 5 seconds, Alvaro. 5 seconds, Alvaro.
Where's Vi? Where's Vi? Where is he? Where is he?
analysis be damned. Do you think any of that is gonna matter? We saw how hectic the voice comms get. That's especially what we're gonna get in this arena. We saw it yesterday from Fnatic as well. They were so excited, but man, it's gonna be a bloodbath.
That's crazy, and that's why I said it in Madrid, and I'll say it again. You only get this in arenas, which is why we should be in arenas more often, Finn. You could just feel it.
Yeah, and when you are in the arena, whenever you make a play, the crowd goes crazy, and then you're like, I want more. I want to go further. I want to keep fighting. And sometimes you go a little bit too deep, and then suddenly the crowd is cheering for the other team. And I think that's what we're going to get today. I think we're going to get bloody games. That is going to be constantly volatile action. And I think maybe the victory key today is to actually temper yourself a little bit, because you can't get too excited.
But to hop onto that arena excitement, I really feel like our teams do perform better.
Yeah.
Because when we talk about going a little bit too deep, doing a little bit too much, a lot of the times in LEC, our games can be a bit sloppy. You know, people get caught out, and that can be the reason a team loses. And it more feels like a team loses rather than wins. That didn't feel like the case yesterday. It was Fnatic making great play after play. And KC, while they were outmatched on the map, it wasn't like people were just getting caught out left and right. They were just outmatched.
And for me, in front of this arena, that's what matters the most, because I feel like previous performance doesn't really matter. Every time we saw, you know, all the all-time greats from the EU back in the studio, or, you know, online in front of small crowds, it doesn't matter. Every time they walk up to this arena, this is the real level of our teams. This is how exactly we want to see them perform. So when they go later on to Worlds.
Absolutely, and we saw Mirwin there being so excited. He was screaming so hard, and I know it was the same for Oscar yesterday. And I want to talk about this top lane matchup because, Jack, this is what happened when they met.
I mean, it's been getting heated. Both of them have a long rivalry starting in the Spanish league, and both of them are pretty cocky players, I'd say, that like to trash talk, like to throw their weight around.
Good boy.
Mirwin calling Oscarinin the good boy after solo killing him. So it's really exciting to see how the crowd will further amp their trash talk and just their excitement towards playing against each other. I can't wait.
Oh, we are definitely getting some good chat looks out of this one. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah, because I wasn't really, you know, on the Oscar hype train before. I thought that Mirwin, you know, for the duration of the whole season, he was playing better than Oscar. But after yesterday's performance, maybe it's Oscar's time to have a little bit of all chat fun.
Yeah, I feel like he's a player who's, if he has a good game, a good first game, if the mood is good, if the vibes are good, it continues really into the rest of the series, right? And the question is, Mirwin is coming in a bit dry. He didn't have that yesterday, Oduamna. Is that going to make a difference?
Well, I'm always a believer that the more you play on stage, the better it is. But at the same time, you know, you got to see a little bit. They share similar champion pools. It doesn't really feel like maybe Oscar has the same, you know, luxury playing against Kana, because Kana showed us something different than what made him good. But Mirwin, I feel like he's been playing consistent for the whole time, and now getting to see what Oscar's secret weapons are, I still feel like it's going to rough up for an interesting matchup today.
Well, let me ask you, because Fnatic did shift their playstyle a fair bit yesterday with the fact that Razork was going up there a lot. It was very top-centered, even in the pick and ban, while usually they go towards the bot lane. Is that just something they should push through, or should they revert, or should they adapt?
I think they should adapt, because the fact that you now have multiple weapons to use makes you so much harder to draft against, to play against. Before it was simple, you know, Fnatic went bot every single game, and they did it against MKOI, and it nearly worked. But now when they have Oscar as a weapon, suddenly their potential is so much higher.
I think it's just natural. If I'm a jungler and I'm just jungling, and then I see my top laner solo kill the enemy top 2 times, I'm playing for that guy. I don't care what's happening on the map. That's my guy.
Exactly, and that's what makes Fnatic dangerous, because we saw at the beginning of the split, we had the funny crow from Upset, because he said after trying to go top lane a couple of times, Razor just come bot. Let's just win the game through bot lane. But now it finally clicks. Now they finally have more weapons to take on MKOI today.
They do. I like that you mentioned the bot lane as well, because there's some extra drama here. There was a little handshake incident. Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, this bot lane rivalry is certainly exceeding just Summoner's Rift, as we see.
We've got the CIA cam.
Super pushes Upset.
That's assault right there.
That's crazy.
That's harsh. That's harsh. What happened? You guys?
I mean, from what I understand, there's been some trash talk happening in the game, and I think Upset kind of got a little bit annoyed at this trash talk, because they were trash talking and then they kind of were losing as well. So then I think he wanted to deny Super a handshake, and Super took offense of that. And I think there's just a lot of heated emotions in these games.
I think Upset was just really upset because Upset was really upset because they were trying to end the game. They started trash talking when you win the game, which is always a bad mood. You don't you trash talk before, and then they failed to end the game, and then that's when the shove happened. But yeah, there's some hate over there, Finn.
Yeah, it's spicy for sure. It also will be in the game. I think it's there's so many stories to talk about in this bot lane alone, because of course, Upset played here when he was on Schalke 04. They played Fnatic. I think there's where we really thought this guy is going to be the next Reckless. He's going to be that next guy to look at, but he's still chasing that title. So I'm looking at him through that lens, and on the other side, I'm looking through Supa, who he manifested this, right? Quite literally, Jack. And I think we all didn't really believe maybe that he would get to the level that he is now, only he knew it and he showed us.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I mean, Supa came into the league with a very cocky attitude, right? The famous I'm better than Deft, and just he had always the demeanor that he was a great player, but I think it took him a while to develop and grow to become the player he is today, where especially I think in arena games like this and the more clutch moments, he can really be the one to show up and make the difference.
And I love that you're doing that, because I feel like Supa is the most clutch AD carry we have in our league right now. I feel like last playoff round, also when the games get this exciting, he just steps up to the plate in a way that I don't see other people do. I feel like he thrives off the energy and just hones in on that and makes it his own.
Speaking of energy, it's right behind us. Look at them. KOI with the drums, with the music, just bringing it all. Oh, absolutely fantastic. I mean, I've seen some chants here yesterday that I haven't seen in many arena matches. Like, they were having a blast the whole weekend.
And they were, and the atmosphere was absolutely electrifying. And even yesterday, I was thinking that Fnatic got, you know, some convertants and new fans for them for this weekend. But man, you can hear when KOI gets in the house.
This is crazy. Absolutely love it. We did a little bit of a fan meet. We saw KOI shirts, Fnatic. Actually, not that many Fnatic shirts. A lot of G2 ones for tomorrow as well, but I know they're going to be loud.
Yeah, well, it's easy, you know, when you know that KOI is playing on the second day, you just book your ticket in advance, you just show up. It's a bit harder. Maybe Fnatic weren't really on the hype train. They weren't really ready to take the risk to show up, but KOI fans definitely are.
Let's talk about something else that may be really, really hype. Alvaro. Listen, I think Alvaro is absolutely fantastic. The question I want to ask the panel, is he the best support in the league right now?
I mean, I think he is, and I think today is the day where he can show it. He's going up against Mikyx, the most renowned European support we have ever had. And I think this is the series, this is the moment you have to seize, and this is where you can show that it's the new time now as the drums come in. He is better than Mikyx, and he's going to show it on this stage.
And yeah, it's absolutely amazing, because when Alvaro came up to the league, it felt like he had, you know, he needed to become Mikyx, because he was the one to aspire to. But right now I feel like he is completing the support role, because what he's doing, he's finding these clutch plays, even when ahead, even when behind. His champion pool has a lot of diversity, and he knows how to play the map extremely well.
Stop analyzing, just vibe with them, man. Crazy.
I want to give an opposing take. Alvaro is great, but Mickey now not needing to carry every single game, because Oscar is also a great weapon, allows him to play those range supports. I think we're going to see a much better Mickey and much more reliable Mickey than we've seen before.
Can I counter? Is this what we saw from Oscar yesterday? Is this what we have to expect now? Because I saw something that I haven't seen from him in a long time. So are we so sure that that's just going to be as stable as it was?
I just think Oscar right now is a massive enigma. We don't know what form he will be in, but he will come in and play his game.
I felt this on my own skin. Every time someone doubted Oscar, it was right before my game at one time. He came in with a broken hand, got a pentakill against me, carried his team to playoffs and further into Worlds that year. So he has the pedigree at this point, you know. It's just that maybe the issues with consistency, but right now when it comes up to amping up the pressure, he amps up as well.
I can't stop smiling. I can't believe we're going to get this for possibly 5 games between two teams that are so evenly matched, it seems, because of how Fnatic played yesterday. But are they? Let's look at the mega predictions. And I already had a little bit of a teaser from Finn and Jack, but you can motivate your choice, Finn.
Yeah, so I don't think this day is going to be 3-0 from either team. I think we're going to see a lot of bloody games. I do have Mad Lions taking 3-1, because I know there's going to be one game at least where things go a little bit wrong for the Mad Lions, but just...
Movistar KOI!
Movistar KOI, I'm so sorry. I don't know, I'm just getting fuzzed up at his atmosphere because it's so crazy right now. And I feel like out of this energy, KOI will translate this into a better victory.
I'm a huge believer in the fact that the more you play in the arena and in the weekend, the better you become. I did vote 3-1 for KOI, but that's just because yesterday on PGL, I made a vow to upset that after 8 years, it's time for him to make it to finals and win a trophy as well. So, because I cursed them in the first day, I reverse cursed them as well. But at the same time, if KOI ends up winning, I won't be upset because today is crazy.
Don't speak to me of curses. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Jack, you're there with your
the Fnatic fans are outnumbered. Nobody expects them to win, but that's right where we want them. They need to be doubted. They need to have low expectations on their shoulders because that's when they'll perform. And in front of this arena, Oscarinin already showed he could do it yesterday. Same with Razork. They're going to do it again.
I love it so much. A couple of final notes before we join Lore, who is actually going to stand by with the top laner so they can trash talk in real time. But just when we set the stage, Fnatic, they have not won a title in more than 8 years. They really want it. They need to get to that final. The weight of getting to Worlds is off their shoulders, but now wait to Behemoth. Our current champions, our spring champions on their home court with Elyoya, who has, even though he's proven so much, he wants to go a little further.
Yeah, I mean, I just think about the quotes from Offset, from Razork, that they feel the need to end their legacy with a victory. I know how much it means to both Offset and Razork, and probably all of Fnatic to go all the way. So the weight is on their shoulders, but this is their moment.
And at the same time for Elyoya, man, when the drums are here, you need to reward them, don't you? I really feel like this is the time for him to make it to finals.
Is this sometimes a case where you can't really hear that well and you really just have to rely on your instinct?
I mean, they're going to have to scream, but Mirwin has been screaming a lot, so we'll see.
Playing in front of crowds like this, I've done it plenty of times. When you sit there down, there's many times where you don't even hear your teammates. All you hear is the loud drums and the vibrations, and you play so much off of instincts of what you've been preparing backstage in scrims.
Oh, I love it. We have Behemoths of the past in Fnatic who want to get back. We have the current ones in Movistar KOI, and we have some personal beef, not in the least between the top laners. So Lore, take it away.
Thank you so much. We are seconds away from Fnatic versus KOI, and of course I have Oscarinin with me. I was talking to Elyoya, and he said you guys overperformed yesterday, that it's not going to be as easy today. What do you have to say?
Well, I think it's not going to be as easy today, for sure. I think KOI is a really good team, and about the overperforming part, I will show him today that he was wrong.
You also said that you're going to show Mirwin who's the daddy today. Do you want to confirm that?
What did you say?
You said you're going to show Mirwin who's the daddy today. Do you want to confirm that?
I'm going to show today who's daddy, yeah.
All right, well, let's bring the second daddy in. Maybe here, Mirwin. Thank you so much for joining me. You hear them. You hear how excited they are. Is there anything you want to say ahead of today's game?
I mean, first thing I would say is gracias Madrid. Es una locura todo lo que acabo de escuchar. Lo siguiente, voy a esperar un poco para que lo puedas escuchar bien. La última vez dijiste que iba a ser mi padre y solo vi a mi hijo y hoy va a ser lo mismo.
Oscar?
I couldn't hear pretty well, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. Pero bueno, espero que sea una muy buena partida. Te respeto mucho, pero hoy se va a ver quién es el mejor top laner español, así que buena suerte.
Anything that you want to add for the fans? Maybe. Yesterday, the arena was for Fnatic. Might not be the case today.
Yeah, it's fun. Like I don't really mind. I think it's nice to be an underdog. I think we really like it in Fnatic. We are used to it. So yeah, the lower bracket buff is gonna pay off.
All right, let's see if the lower bracket runs pays off. The stage is set between our two top laners. They are ready. The fans are ready. The fans online are ready as well. Madrid has been getting ready for this matchup. They were born ready. It is KOI versus Fnatic, and it starts right now.
Their event, it's their home turf. Only room for one king in Madrid, and KOI are that king.
The highlight of my career has been winning previous LEC. It's with the team I consider a family, so the way we won it made it really special for me.
Movistar KOI!
It's a privilege to play in front of the Spanish crowd.
Elyoya steals the dragon.
Stand for the cause and effect. I came for revenge, then I left.
We're still hungry, we still want to be the best version of ourselves, and we have a really good chance of winning this place. I think it's either us or G2.
La última vez fue un 2-3, fue así bastante close, pero ahora es en persona. Espero que no le puedan los nervios porque papá está aquí, o sea que mucho cuidado.
I don't budge, I don't bend, I don't fold, I don't break.
It's not enough! He's jumped dead already! Keep on going and sit! Oscar Munoz Jimenez, remember the name!
My first final was actually in 2018 in Madrid against Fnatic, and it was the last time Fnatic won. If I would finish this cycle in a way now, me being in Fnatic, winning it for the organization, that would really mean a lot for me.
The city's on fire and I'm the one lighting the flame, running the game. Said I was crazy before, but now everybody's insane.
My parents have watched me for a while, and they never saw me winning or lifting a trophy.
City's on fire, I'm watching the flames.
If it happens in Madrid, it's going to be a really good plot twist, and I'm going to be the happiest man alive if that happens.
Stadiums everywhere filling up.
Needs to get out. The Redemption saves it. The Redemption saves it.
It's just going to be as hard as it always is.
Then Koi again and play. Dead to Jojo. He actually looked for a bit more on the front. Once in with the ulti flashes in. Last friend of the objective.
I think Razork is a really strong player in early, but over the whole game, I think I'm just better.
We are so back. We are at work, baby. Fnatic take it. They'll go to World and they'll fight MKOI.
I want fans to remember that we had a great miracle run and that we persevered through very difficult moments. I still wanted more than anything this LEC, so we're gonna win it all.